Hey guys, it's me Mr. 250 and welcome back to Danganronpa. Now we actually get a chance to check out the crime scene. I don't know if I mentioned it last time, there's also some weird tube here, which I remember we broke the door in with a broom, not a tube, so... What is that tube? Yep. She got poisoned, as I suspected. Now if it's suicide, still not sure on that, but... I'm almost positive that, in fact, I'm pretty positive that chemicals were used to poison her. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
Like death. I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me. Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. What is?
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be part of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
Yeah, I was sitting there. It was weird. Right before she said it, I was thinking there's something weird about that. But that is true. That means it's underneath it. Which means that somehow this container got here after glass was broken. Why does that matter? Well, Makoto, it's because you're not an idiot.
So...
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like that'll become an important clue later on. Important clue? I'm not sure how I see how. It's gonna be the most pivotal clue to the case, Makoto. Gotta keep that one in mind. Alright, what's this on the floor? Looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
That's... Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well...
Yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure no one else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much. But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Hina. I'm sure that's going to be important as well. A lot of tiny cryptic clues. Okay, what is this? There's shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red and... These are top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Huh? There's something on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Well, if that isn't suspicious, I don't know what is. This was the thing that really set me off, I think. Because it's weird, like why is someone in here? Someone must have been hiding in here. The locker's open, and there on the inside, it's a handprint?
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? And, oh yeah, and that locker was open, I remember that. And the locker was already open at that point. So that must have happened before we got here. There's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? It almost seems like someone maybe was locked in there. You know, held in there against their will? I don't think Sakura could quite fit, but any of our other people might be able to fit in there. Sorry, Makoto, you did it. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? I'm sure something happened over there. Someone spilled their small bucket of red or pink paint. I bet the glass was one of these bottles. Ah, yeah, and there are Monokuma figures in them. Okay, there are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how did they get those figures inside the bottles? Maybe it's like the little, you know, boats they put in the bottles. It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that? Oh, yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Yeah, but the thing is the way they get the ships in, to my understanding, is they, like, all the sails are down, and they push the, you know, the condensed ship through, and then once it's inside, they use, like, some sort of tool to pop the sails back up. Like, it still physically has to go through the neck of the bottle. And these look bigger than that. Like, unless he's an inflatable Monokuma, maybe. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. Only got different, chess figurines. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass in the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. More than likely. I'm wondering how that bloodstain got over there, though. Alright, let's do the rundown.
What the heck?
We already know who did it. I'm jumping to conclusions again. Togami, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all 3 of them to meet with her. You know where. Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me... She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon? The Monokuma file said she died around about then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her, by force even, this never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. But the fact that she'd asked those 3 to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the 3 of them directly. Or maybe try to find this note. She'd also probably look at Sakura herself. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. It's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she'd also vomited blood. Oh, that must be what's in the corner. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? I almost forgot about the vomiting of blood. The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Togami.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, the most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Probably something she got poisoned with. Maybe the candy had poison in it. Maybe... Boy killed her.
However...
But for Sakura to have been killed... Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how is the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Togami said he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay. Thanks. So I need to talk to the others as well, if I'm not mistaken. Is there anything else of real interest I should look at? I guess we should look at all these. The same shelf full of magazines. They're all different kinds of magazines. Pool table of interest? Clocks of interest. It's around 1 o'clock right now. Okay, so we do have a time reference, which means that she must have been killed about an hour ago. She died around 12, so roughly an hour. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving Alter Ego? I think so. Is there anything more to look at around here? I already looked at all that. It's the door and then this chair, I think? The chair was shoved up against... Oh, that's the chair that was locking the door. I almost forgot about that one too. It was shoved up against the doorknob so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. So it really does seem like the chair was jammed up against the door. Which even further makes me think that maybe no one directly killed her. I mean, someone else was here, but I don't know if they're the reason that she died. This door's the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked room from the inside, not from the outside.
Listen,
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so. For the most part.
so then,
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right. I do have to talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Alright, well I guess we'll go talk to them. Yep. Oh. I can't exit the door like that. I've got to exit it like that. Yeah, there we go. Those 2 other people probably went back to their rooms. Alright, I guess we'll do that. I also... Can I check the chem lab? Will it let me right now? No? Okay. I really wanted to check the chem lab, see if we saw anything suspicious there. Okay, it was, Toko... No, that's Sayaka. Whoops. What's one? Toko's the next one. I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds... Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen.
Who's there?
Ah, the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
It's always a bad time for Toko. Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall. Slithered, that's a great word to use
What do
for
you
her
want?
movements. You said you wanted to talk to me about something? I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Togami already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master 2? I just said 2, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I guess we gotta accept it. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated to her room. Toko's account has been added. I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds, open up, it's the police. Oh, what's up, Makoto? Did you need something? I did need something. Yeah, actually. I just wanted to check with something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. What? How'd you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Togami and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well... when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah. Note, she gave it to me in person. And she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So, then you went around and met with Sakura?
You got it all wrong!
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt, and I took her to the nurse's office.
Don't look at me!
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on!
Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled out his hands out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh?
What?
Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again. Well, that rhymed. And shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on!
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. I really hate litter. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked me to meet me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that it was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Pocket trash. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? Probably the chem lab? Alright, let's go. Alright, chem lab's right about here. Ah, that's suspicious. What? Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. Someone's gonna get slapped. Okay, what'd you see, camera? Tell us the truth. Surveillance camera. I don't think I'll ever get used to it. Okay. So why can't we look at the broken chemical on the floor? That seems suspicious. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I can't get over how big it is. Should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like the 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. I don't even know what it is. It's probably deadly. In fact, it looks very deadly. It's got the skull and crossbones. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning, checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
So, in other words...
That's right. It could only have been around the time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Assuming he isn't lying to cover himself up. But it's weird, like in... Oh, there's footsteps. Yeah, it's weird, because in the very same way that you can't quite trust what... you can't quite, you know... Togami isn't quite the most trustworthy person. On the same hand, he seems to be really trustworthy in other ways, which is weird. Let's see what's on the shelf. There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Huh, but wait. There's one bottle that's labeled Chemical C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? Or maybe, oh, maybe she didn't commit suicide. Maybe someone mixed up the chemicals in here, considering that they're very vaguely labeled. So on this shelf is... looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Simply put, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kinda harsh?
What?
What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case I don't have to worry too much about the shelf. On this shelf is one look and I can tell that it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A is dietary supplements, probably where protein drinks come from. Section B is reagents, which probably aren't deadly, but probably aren't fun to drink. And Section C is lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me in Section A was that there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? Probably poisoning someone. There's definitely something going on here. It would almost make me think... See, it seems dumb enough in the sense that, you know, anyone could be like, well, that looks dangerous. Let's throw it into the dietary supplements. You know, mix it in, you know, so that when Sakura eats it, she dies. But at the same time, it seems too iffy. Like, unless you had a firm grasp on chemicals, like, you know, college level stuff. Maybe even higher, honestly. It seems like it would be iffy to know that you would succeed in killing someone with it. Because I would think high school level, you know, which is what they're at, they would be able to see that, okay, you know, this is dangerous, but I don't know if it's going to kill someone. Whereas I think you have to have a strong understanding of chemicals to know about that. And I don't know if we have anyone who's knowledgeable about that I can think of right off other than Togami. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chemical C4. I was on the foot. Yeah.
So in other
That spilled recently. So wait, let me take a look at one of our things. Chemical A2. So this should have been a safe thing. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I better not leave a footprint. And someone did leave a footprint. These are footprints? And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
what?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. So I got to work and before long I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. Oh my god, good sketch. So how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me?
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly possible.
Makoto, are they yours? I've always suspected you during these trials. No!
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Togami said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. And yet the trial's gonna come, they're gonna be like, yeah, Makoto did it. Unfortunately? But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. And these footprints are a really valuable clue. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Togami, the powder would have had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. I still think it's a valuable clue nonetheless. I've already taken a good look at the Kim lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Do you have anything important to say, Togami, before I leave?
I see.
Makoto, I admit you have a good eye for spotting useful clues. But you also need to learn how to make use of those clues. Thanks for demeaning me for no reasonable reason. Anyway, yeah, we'll stop here for today. We'll take another look at the rec room. Whenever we finish up, I guess stream will be coming soon. Depends on how much longer we have to go for this. Let me think. Also, oh yeah. I'll be doing the Uminaka reaction video soon. Maybe tomorrow? Hopefully. I'll have more time then. Yeah. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!